Hello, everyone, and welcome to the seventh episode of Seattle Baseline Podcast. My name is Julian Smith. I'm with Isaac Bruce. Isaac, let me introduce you to the offensive powerhouse of the MLB, the Seattle Mariners. What do you think of the
Yes,
offense so far?
amazed. To be honest, I still don't know exactly how we do it, but we just seem to find a way to score runs, and we're scoring lots of them. If you would have told me that at the beginning of May we would be ahead of the Dodgers in runs per game, I certainly would not have believed you to start this season. Um, you know, beginning of the season, we both kind of agreed that if Julio is playing well, this offense is going to play well, and even without Julio at his absolute best, this offense has been amazing. Like it's been a very very solid offense. The pitching has left some to be desired. We talked about how to start the season we said if this offense can be top 10, top 15, we're going to start talking about a championship, right? Because of how strong our pitching was last season. Our pitching has kind of struggled with some injuries to begin this season, and it hasn't been quite at its best. But we won five in a row. Not really slowing down. Won soundly Friday night, or yep, Friday night against the Rangers. Um, just looking to keep that momentum going the rest of the road trip, and it's been fun to watch, Julian.
Yeah. And I think that sometimes every team's going to have its ups and downs.
Yes.
And like us right now, pitching is, I mean, other than Brian Wu, I think, like Bryce Miller hasn't looked his best. Luis
Mm-hmm.
Castillo is getting banged around the ballpark, and Logan Gilbert, George Kirby are both out right now. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's not looking very good for the pitching staff. But sometimes you're gonna have an up in some parts of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you're gonna have a down in some parts of the game.
Yep.
And at some point, I think the pitching staff's going to pick it up. And at some point, I don't think the offense is going to be this good. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
this offense
Absolutely.
right now is like elite. You just mentioned it. They're better than the Dodgers offense right now. And like obviously they have Otani, Betts, and Freeman, along
Mm-hmm.
with a bunch of other guys that can score however many runs per
Yeah.
game. That's what they're built to do. And so I think Ben Williamson is they're starting to make a little bit of a scouting report on him lately.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And they're not just throwing him the easier pitches. They're actually
Yep.
like they know how to locate the pitches
Yep.
against them, stuff like that.
Yep.
But overall, JP Crawford is seeing the ball well. The walks has always been his bread and butter, but
Absolutely.
I mean, they're all just playing well. And I think here's what I think they're doing is they're every single one of them, regardless of power, regardless of anything, they're finding a way to contribute to the team. And
Mm-hmm.
that's when you watch the movie, for example, Moneyball,
Yep.
there it's all a team effort. It's a team, like the whole Moneyball team revolves around getting on base, because if you can
Mm-hmm.
continuously get on base, then the inning doesn't end. Like
Right.
if you have one home run hitter and then you strike out the next three times, innings over, right?
Right.
And obviously, it's I'm not saying that we don't hit the home run. We absolutely do. Cal Raleigh's hitting 12 home runs. I think Polanco's at 9 right now, right?
Correct.
And
Yep.
then um, Randy's been hitting quite a few home runs as well, like sneaky in the background. Dylan Moore's injured. It's too bad, but he hit I think it was 6. Like
Mm-hmm. A couple weeks
we're
ago,
walking.
he
Yeah,
had the most home runs in the league against left-handed pitchers there for a while.
yeah,
Um, I think Hollander said that he should be back hopefully the end of next week. They said they're probably going to activate him his first day of eligibility to be
okay,
reactivated, which I'm pretty sure he said was the second game in the Oakland series would be the first game he's eligible for.
yeah,
We'll see whether or not that holds true, but it'll be another good bump to get Dylan Moore back. But
yeah. And we didn't expect Dylan Moore to be like that, right? Like we
mm-hmm.
didn't expect, quite frankly, we didn't expect any of those guys to be like that. I think going into the season, we were saying, okay, if Victor Robles can get on base and steal, and then Julio Rodriguez can get to some sort of form and then drive him in, that's an offense. And then maybe Cal Raleigh hits 30 home runs. That's
Yeah.
That was the whole offense. And obviously there's more to that. Randy Rosarena, Luke Raley, like
Yes.
there's a few more on the list, but we certainly didn't expect nine like players in the Mariners offense to all
Hmm.
be playing well. Other than Julio's been getting better,
Hmm.
but he hasn't been at his best. And
Absolutely.
it's crazy to me that like even without Julio, this offense full of just basically random names, right?
Hmm. Right.
They're doing great. I mean, obviously JP's not a random name, but like
Yeah.
he's he wasn't good
These
last year. He was
these these role player kind of guys. These defense first, speed first. Right. When you think of Leo Rivas, you don't think of an elite hitter. You think of good defense and a lot of speed.
yeah.
Right. And we've got a lot of those guys that are not only playing good defense and stealing a lot of bases. The Mariners lead the league in stolen bases attempted per game. We're putting runners in motion. We're bunting the ball. We're just doing a great job doing all the things right on offense. And the defense, for the most part, has been good. We saw Air Williamson yesterday make an absolutely crazy play in shallow left field. Um, it's just electric baseball. It's been fun to watch. And when you think of electric baseball, a name comes to mind for me that's coming back to the Mariners. He's just been reactivated, actually in the last hour or so. Matt Brash, absolutely electric. So excited to have him back in the bullpen. Um, he's a guy that lights up the gun at 99, 100, and then that slider. It might be the best slider in baseball. It's made Jose Ramirez, who is a potential Hall of Famer, look very, very silly. So I'm excited to have him back. Have kind of another high leverage arm in the bullpen. We've had a lot of contributors in the bullpen this season, but we haven't really had, other than obviously Munoz, who has been absolutely the best reliever in baseball beyond a shadow of a doubt so far this season. We haven't really had another guy that we're like, this guy's gonna get three outs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what Matt Brash brings, is kind of a setup guy for Munoz, so that we're not quite holding our breath as much in that eighth inning. But really, the bullpen has stepped up the last couple of weeks. Obviously, beginning of the season was a bit shaky, but we've been seeing them settle in, them to get more used to their role, where they're going to be used. And yeah, again, just looking great. The bullpen is, and Troy Taylor, unfortunately, going down to AAA.
Mm-hmm.
Um, in correspondence with activating Matt Brash off the 15-day IL. On that injury news on the pitching front, Julian, I heard you had some news for us.
Yeah. So last night Jerry Dipoto came out and he was talking about Logan Gilbert and George
Mm-hmm.
Kirby. And apparently George Kirby's going to be going into rehab assignment in Tacoma in the next like few days or
Okay.
so. Maybe making two or three starts is what Dipoto was saying. Logan Gilbert should be following right after that.
Okay.
From the looks of it, it just didn't seem like it was like that big of an injury, which is
Okay.
really good because we don't want to lose our ace for a prolonged period of time, especially because we're looking at something special here. Our offense
Mm-hmm.
is doing really, really good. So I think, yeah, as long as George Kirby and Logan Gilbert come back and they look fine, I don't expect them to from day one just go like smoke in the other team's offense
Right.
because I mean that's injuries happen, right? But
Absolutely.
like if they can maintain some sort of composure and once they get to the playoffs, I mean it's May all the way to August. It should be enough time to have enough starts, to get good enough, right? Like to
Exactly.
get to that level that we need them to be. And so, yeah, I'm really excited because
Mm-hmm.
both pitchers are, one of the best pitchers in
Mm-hmm.
baseball right now,
Yep.
especially Logan Gilbert because all of the strikeouts that he gets. As long as Logan Gilbert and George Kirby come back and they can just productively get the guys out,
Mm-hmm.
go 6 or 7 innings, quality start. Perfect. I'm
Yep.
super stoked. Off of the Troy Taylor topic you were talking about. Troy Taylor is he's one of the only bullpen arms right now that has an option.
Mhm.
And it seems like they trust Casey Legumina over Troy Taylor, is what I'm seeing right now. Casey Legumina has been playing pretty good. I mean,
Mhm.
obviously he's had some ups and downs,
Yeah.
but for the most for the most part, sorry, for the most part, he hasn't been bad.
Yeah.
And I think with Troy Taylor, it's one more step because last night he got two outs pretty easily. I like
Mhm.
the at bats from the two outs. Like
Yep.
Troy Taylor was making really quick work and like
Yeah.
striking him out. The home run happened, and then the line drive happened, and then it was like everything started to kind of fall apart for Troy Taylor there. Um, I think it's just about the stuff, right?
Yeah.
Because he had an injury, it's probably harder for him to throw with like as much spin as he used to. It's just going to
Mhm.
take a little more time, and I think that's what rehab assignments are for. As long as he gets there, we'll have a great bullpen
All
because
right.
like the names are Andres Munoz, Matt Brash, Gregory Santos once he comes back, Troy Taylor, and like those four can pretty much carry us because we expect the pitching staff to be able to go 6 or 7 by the end of the season.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, Kind of to wrap things up, Julian. Um, Last year the Mariners had a 10-game lead
Yeah,
in the division in May, and well, to put it simply, we cooked it. 21 games, we went from leading the division to not leading the division. Losing a 10-game lead in 21 games is truly catastrophic. What are your if you kind of had to lay out Julian's keys to getting to the playoffs this season? What are one or two things that you think the Mariners need to continue to do or start doing in order to have the opportunity to make a playoff run?
yeah. So one thing is obviously the injuries. The
Mm-hmm.
Mariners pitching staff has prided itself on not getting injured
Correct.
for a really long period of time. And that's like it's been like that. Like Jerry Dipoto has walked in front of the mic. Justin Hollander has walked in front of the mic and explained, look, our pitching coaches are very good at their jobs.
Mm-hmm.
They make sure that not only are our pitchers some of the top pitchers in the league, we keep them healthy. And
Mm-hmm.
so far this season, you know what? It's fallen apart a little bit. And it's not just pitchers. You've got Victor Robles smashing into the fence. You've got Dylan Moore who's out. You've
Ryan
got
Bliss,
Ryan Bliss,
Luke
Gregory
Raley.
Santos, Luke Raley's gone too. Like all of these guys are going out right now, and we're coming to a point where we really can't be taking any more blows.
Yeah.
And so right now, I think the coaching staff is very good right
Mm-hmm.
now for hitting because we've obviously changed since last season. I think
Mm-hmm.
last season it was more like one run games where we were like magically just winning them
Yes.
with the pitching staff being very good and then the offense being mediocre at best. That's kind of the way we were going. This season, what I see is a lot more consistency in the way that the
Absolutely.
offense plays. Jorge Polanco really doesn't swing at pitches outside of the zone at all. It's
Mm-hmm.
really, really hard to get Jorge Polanco out. Cal Raleigh's hitting 12 home runs in the first however many games, and it's the first month, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like all of this stuff, it's about the consistency. And last season, even though we had the 10-game lead, all the games that we won, it seemed like that's yeah. I mean, it was we won the game, right?
It
But
was it was chaos ball to a T. It
yeah,
was a it was allow one or two runs
yeah,
and just see what happens.
yeah.
Okay.
And like this season, we come back and it's consistent. We know what we're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody in the lineup has a role. The pitching staff could use a little bit of work compared to last season.
Yep.
Bryce Miller needs to locate his fastball a little
Yep.
bit. But other than that, it's injuries and consistency.
Okay.
Consistency, we're already doing. Injuries, we just need to figure out. I think
All
that's
right.
it.
All right. So Julian's keys to the playoffs: stay healthy and stay consistent.
Yeah.
Sounds good, Julian. Let's hope the Mariners can stay hot this weekend and into next week. That's all for this week on the Seattle Baseline Podcast. I'm Isaac Bruce.
I'm Julian Smith.
Have a great week, everyone. Go Mariners.
Go Mariners.